¿Qué tal, banda de Electronic Meeting Point? Pues hoy por hoy, en el marco de la visita de uno de los personajes más importantes de la escena electrónica mundial, que es el señor Paul Van Dyk, que también está presentando su nueva producción, que es una compilación de lo mejor de él, de sus tracks y sus remixes. Well, Paul, how are you? Welcome back to Mexico.
Thank you very much. I'm fine, thanks.
Well, as you are introducing your new production, as is a retrospective of your career, we would like to talk since the very first beginning. So, what has changed for Paul Van Dyk since your very first residence as a DJ in the Club Turbine?
Well, in the early days, the DJ was like the freak in the corner while other people had fun. Obviously, now that has changed. There are big stages, big events, and there's like a whole show surrounding the whole thing. And as well, electronic music developed from a small subculture into the biggest youth culture in the world. And you can go wherever in the world, you find people loving that music and being inspired by that music, and that's a major change.
Well, after all these years in your career with your albums, 45 RPM, 7 Ways, Out There and Back, In Between, so of course reflects the progress in your artistical creativity and your sound. And how been for you this developing of your career, of your artistic side?
Well, the thing is, when I had the first possibilities of working in the studio, obviously I didn't really know much, but I very quickly realized this is what I want to do. And I also realized I don't want to be the guy sitting in the back and then I have a production team doing everything. I want to know how it works and I want to do it myself. So I started learning all that. I started to buy equipment so I can actually make my music. And I think that's something that has a direct impact on my music, because as much as I get more self-confident, as much as I get more mature, my music grows with me. And I think this is like, the most direct input you can have as an artist, because there is no songwriter in front of me. I write the stuff myself. I make my music. I make it sounding the way it is. And so therefore it's very personal, and it's kind of, listening to the older stuff. I see myself as like, this young kid, like, hopping around. And now obviously, in my head I'm still a young kid. I'm still a raver. If I wouldn't be on that side of the stage, I would be down there jumping up and down. I just love that music, and that's all part of my career. That's part of who I am, and it's part of how I grew up.
Well, with this new compilation, how was the selection with the tracks and with the remixes? How you decide to pick, I'm gonna put this and this and this? How was the selection?
Well, it was very difficult, but at the very same time it is called best of. So it was an obvious choice to put the stuff on there that had the best response by my audience. Obviously all the singles, but there are also tracks on there like A Magical Moment or Together We Will Conquer, things that will only be released on the album before, never a single. But a lot of people always ask if I could play it, and what about this track? And so they're on there as well. In terms of the remixes as well, very obviously some of the biggest remixes I've done are the ones for U2, Depeche Mode, New Order, and Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears, and so on. And so it makes a lot of sense if you compile all that together to put them on rather than the little freaky B-side. And I kind of approached it as a fan myself. When as an example, when I bought the best of New Order, I wanted to have Blue Monday on there. I wanted to have like Vanishing Point. I wanted to have the big tracks, the ones that I love, rather than some weird B-side. And this is how the collection came together.
Well, of course, you've been Grammy nominated. You already won prizes on IDMAs, nominated for DJ Mag, for Ministry of Sound Mag. So, what does really means for Paul Van Dyk the recognition of the industry?
Well, the thing is, getting an award or being recognized with an award can never be the goal. It can be, the outcome at the end. For me, the most important thing is always to actually be able to deliver 100%, to finish a track till I feel this is really cool, this is what I like. Because Because at the end of the day, I have to be believable when I play it to people. And if I'm not, sure about it, then I cannot be believable. So that's the most important thing. And the other thing is, it's always the next show. It's like delivering a good show and giving 100% and playing the best I can. This is the most important part. Not so much an award. It is a big honor to get one, but it's not why I'm doing what I'm doing.